Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So now I want to introduce myself before I want to present about research hypothesis from subject research methodology. My name is Afifah Ikrimah from class 5BA. So let us begin to continue this material. So before that, we will discuss. I will explain about in the introduction and definition of research hypothesis, especially about hypothesis. So, a hypothesis is a formal tentative statement of expected relationship between two or more variables under study. So, yeah, clearly stated hypothesis includes the variables to be manipulated or measured, identifies the population to be examined, and indicates the proposed outcome of the study. So guys, hypothesis is a tentative predication or explanation of the relationship between two variables. Yeah. Like we explained about variables before, like categoric and categorized variables. Yeah. So it implies there is a systematic relationship between two variables. So this is a hypothesis central to research as a question, research, hypothesis, yeah, and then next test with a experiment, and then you have to analyze your results. Yeah. Think about it and try again. Yeah, before your hypothesis is true or hypothesis is your hypothesis is false. And after that, you will report your results. So, second one, importance of hypothesis. So, the first enables the researchers to investigate objectively. So yeah, as a researcher is the important is you have to investigate objectively your hypothesis. The second one provides objectivity to research activity. Yeah. And the next, you have to provide direction to conduct research. And then you provide clear and specific goals to the researchers. And after that, you have to link the theories and practice. And last, you have to bridge between theories and reality. And then, after that, you have to suggest which type of research is most likely to appropriate, and then you guide the researchers towards the direction in which research should process, and then stimulates the thinking process of the researchers, and you have to serve as a framework for drawing conclusions of a research. Without a hypothesis, research would be like endless wandering. Yeah. Next, the characteristics of good hypothesis and search. For support your hypothesis, yeah, if you want to be a good hypothesis for your hypothesis, first, based on some reasoning. Yeah. And then in your hypothesis, it will be provides explanation for the predicted outcome, and then clearly states the relationship between the defined variables, and then in your hypothesis will be defines the variables in easy to measure terms, and then testable in a reasonable amount of time. Yeah, so this characteristic have to, in your hypothesis, if you want your hypothesis be good hypothesis, and you have to care about shortest, okay, first theoretical or conceptual frameworks, and then provides research and real life experience and academic literatures. Types of hypothesis. Number one, simple versus complex. The second, associative versus causal. And directional versus non-directional. And the last, null and research. Yeah, it will be explained about it. First, simple, first complex. Yeah. This statement, which reflects the relationship between two variables, is known as simple hypothesis. Yeah. So, for example, the lower the level of hemoglobin, the higher is the risk of infection among postpartum women. Yeah. And then, the statement which reflects the relationship between more than two variables is known as complex hypothesis. For example, satisfaction is higher among patients who are older living in rural areas than those who are younger and dwelling in the urban areas. Yeah, this is about the explanation of simple and versus complex types of hypothesis. Yeah. Associative versus causal. For associative, it reflects a relationship between variables that occurs or exist in natural settings without manipulation. For example, the lower the blood sugar level, the lesser is the risk of infection among diabetic patients. So, the second one, causal. It predicts the cause and effect relationship between two or more dependent and independent variables. For example, prevalence of pin site infection is lower in patients who receive pin site care with a hydrogen peroxide as compared to patients who receive the pin site care with benzene solution. Yeah. So you have to see or care your hypothesis. What is types of your hypothesis? Yeah, it is associative or causal. Yeah, and you have to identify your hypothesis. Is associative, causal, or simple, or complex? And the next one, directional versus non-directional. For directional, it specifies not only the existence but also the expected direction of the relationship between the variables. For example, there is a positive relationship between years of nursing experience and job satisfaction. Yeah. And then for non-directional, it just predicts the existence of relationship between the variables. Yeah. For example, there is a relationship between year of nursing experience and job satisfaction among nurses. Last one, null and research. Null hypothesis is also known as statistical hypothesis and is used for statistical testing and interpretations. Yeah. And then it states the existence of no relationship between the variables. And for research hypothesis state the existence of relationship between two or more variables. I think that's all about hypothesis from subject research methodology. Thank you very much for your attention, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.